And welcome back, everyone, to a new episode of Ball Buster Video. This week, requested by my good buddy Jason off the Grindcast podcast, we had to watch Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Oh my god.
The cinematic masterpiece starring Hulk Hogan.
I vaguely remember this movie just because they used to play it after Nitro all the time. WCW Monday Nitro.
Yeah. You pass out during all the boring shit, you wake up and there's Hogan like, yeah, brother, ninjas.
It's I don't know, this movie is I watched 20 minutes. I've been had to turn it off. From what I understand, from what I took from the movie, and Matt had to explain to me this was not the plot of the movie. I thought it was a bunch of pedophiles trying to break into a theme park, and Hulk Hogan.
He's like, oh my god.
And Hulk Hogan stopped them, and the pedophiles were led by Jim Varney and Lonnie Anderson.
Jim Varney was in this?
Jim Varney was the evil guy in this.
It was like one of his last movies.
He was dressed up like Vincent Price almost.
That's his legacy? That's what he ended his career with?
I don't know if it was the end, but
I think Toy Story...
It might have actually killed him.
One of the Toy Story movies was his final.
I mean, where do I sign up to see a movie about three pedophiles breaking into an amusement park?
Well, apparently that's not what it's about. I was like, what the hell? What the hell is this? I mean, it's like a Teletubbies movie. It's a movie for 5-year-old kids.
Okay. Well, this is how the movie goes.
All right.
Since I guess I'm the only one that watched it the whole way through.
I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. It was horrendous.
So, you saw the beginning of it, right? At least. Do you remember the beginning?
Yeah, the old Chinese guy from
He creates
Tremors,
that gigantic fucking obstacle course for them to do.
which all I kept wanting was a tremor. One of those, like
Yeah, it was
space
the old
slugs.
Chinese guy from Tremors. He was
Oh,
there.
he's pretty cool, actually.
I kept wanting a tremor to
him a
come
lot.
up and eat them.
He creates this giant obstacle course in, like, this abandoned warehouse that, like, A, how did he fucking get? B, how did he afford all the shit for the obstacle course? It looked like gladiators inside that fucking thing.
See, he's an Asian, and none of the rest of the family are Asian, so it's like...
Yeah.
What happened there? I mean, I'm not a scientist. I don't fully understand genetics, but...
I don't think they're related by blood. Anyway.
Yeah.
So basically, they're doing this training thing, and then they complete it, and, you know, Asian grandpa's all happy. And then they're watching this show that Hulk Hogan's on that's like Power Rangers, and it ends up being like a public service announcement at the end where he's like, I need your money, brother, because my show's going off the air.
That part I did see.
Yeah. So,
Do you know if this was a direct-to-DVD or VHS when it came out?
This actually was in theaters.
I thought it was straight to TNT.
I thought it was
I'm
in
just
theaters.
shocked that the amount of talent that's in there and whether they have acting ability or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That someone paid to have
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they took a lot of B and C movie stars from the 80s. This was 1998 when this came out. So I think it was straight to TNT. So they took a lot of B and C stars from the 80s. You know, Ernest P. Worrell, Hulk Hogan, Lonnie Anderson, who might not
Yeah,
even be
Lonnie
the 80s.
Anderson.
That was the 70s.
Yeah.
Whenever the hell WKRP in Cincinnati was on.
So it's like, the basic plot of the movie is Hogan's going to film his last show for the show that he's doing at Mega Mountain theme park. The kids want to go there to see him.
Yeah.
And then it just so happens at the same time there's like this terrorist group that's going to take over the park at full capacity and then start messing with the rides and shit. And they're demanding $10 million, and then they'll stop fucking with people and they'll just leave.
And for some reason...
That's the plot of the movie.
The moment when I said, all right, fuck this movie, I'm turning this off, is when Lonnie Anderson, for no reason whatsoever, is wearing a nun's outfit and leading terrorists around.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why? I mean, it's a kiddie movie. It's a movie for... that you, like, you know, put your 3-year-old in front of the TV and put on Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
I think they should have called this movie Aya, because that's this noise they made every time they attack somebody. They said it like probably 100,000 times.
Well, obviously you're not a karate master. That's exactly what you do when you kick in the air or punch your opponent.
master.
And I love the way they make Hulk Hogan look. I mean, Hulk Hogan has had a skullet since 1983.
Yeah.
And he clearly borrowed one of John Travolta's wigs, threw it on for this, and
He has the light, wavy hair of a Chinese man and the skin of a hot dog.
yeah.
Nice reference. I
Nice
love it.
reference.
I don't know. I
That is the signature look of Hulk Hogan.
like all the other crappy movies I can watch. This one I was just like, this is for, this is like asking us to watch, like, hey, watch season 1 of Teletubbies on PBS. That's what.
Stop giving people ideas.
Yeah. No,
I'm not sitting down watching a season of Teletubbies.
I'm not doing that. But it's I don't know. It was bad.
Yeah, I was not. I was excited going into it actually because I was like, man, this is gonna be one of those movies that'll be so bad. I'm just gonna laugh the whole time. It's not even at that level. It's not like so bad it's good level. It's just fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's not like a Battlefield Earth where it's so bad it's good, or it's not like I guess people say the movie Sharknado. It's not where where they made it so bad that
it was actually really funny to watch.
But did it make the 5-year-old you get real giddy? Because me and Matt have this pretty good tradition of watching Ernest Scared Stupid around Halloween time because it's it's cheesy kids movie, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
I wish it did that. It did not do that.
Like
at
I do
all.
the same thing with Ernest Saves Christmas. It's got none of that. It's just
no redeeming factors whatsoever.
It's got no redeeming factors whatsoever. The fact that somebody remembered this movie in the first place frightens me. This should be locked away and forgotten about. It's
in the same vault with the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
no. There was one redeeming factor. There was one character that was amazingly awesome in this, and it was the kid that was like, he was the tough kid to like, what's the older brother, Rocky? He was like the tough kid that always like kind of gave Rocky shit. He had like ginormous fucking teeth, and he had like that fucking, the poofed fucking blonde hair like the fucking Home Alone kid.
That kid must have been on 10 minutes and 1 second after Fred.
He had like Jonathan Taylor Thomas hair and like gigantic fucking teeth, and he hammed up every scene he was in. He's like hitting on these little girls at the fucking amusement park. He's just like, why don't you get yourself a hero? He's just like in his bowler button down shirt, just like, hey, I'm awesome.
Was this another child or was this a grown man speaking to children?
No, it wasn't a grown man. It was another kid.
I was getting worried.
It was Gary Busey.
Yeah,
You know what? That might have been a redeeming factor if he had been cast.
Yeah.
Gary Busey was
as
in
the
it.
older brother.
That's
the wise Chinese man that trained them to fight.
Yeah. I just kept hoping one of those tremors would come up out of the ground. One of those, what do they call them, graboids in the movie?
Graboids, yeah.
I just kept hoping a graboid would come up and just eat them. Roll credits. That's it. End the movie. Done.
Movie.
So you opted out after how long?
It was literally like 15 minutes.
I made it the whole way through.
Soon as Lonnie Anderson shows up in a nun's outfit, I went,
we're going to have to take that for an RIM. RIM?
RIM? What the hell's an RIM?
CAT scan.
You're going to take me for a rib job?
Just in case, that might have made a tumor develop.
We're going to take Matt to one of those trucker stops on Route 1115 to get him a rib job.
That's the trucker code for a rib job.
Yeah. Get an RIM up in this bullet.
It's it made me long for last week's selection, What Women Want, starring Mel Gibson.
I know.
I enjoyed last week's selection so much. What Women Want, starring Mel Gibson. And
I know you did.
And then this week,
hey, they're not all going to be great.
I know. I understand that. Like Green Lantern was bad, but you could sit through it. You have a lot to talk about. This was just like
this was one of the creme de la creme of just absolute shit. This makes like Manos: The Hands of Fate look like a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like funny. It's like it's just there. It's
everybody
just there.
Everything, like all the acting except for Varney was just terrible. I loved seeing Jim Varney in it. He looked like he was just like, you know what? I'm going to treat this as like I'm on vacation and just get paid for it. He fucking looked like he was having the best time of his life in every scene he was in. Oh. He gets in that fight with, like, Rocky at the end where he's trying to slice this kid in half with a fucking katana. Yeah. And he's just like, ha! Yeah! Wah! He's just, like, going at it like fucking Captain Hook on the fucking pirate ship.
He might have actually been seriously trying to commit murder.
It's just like, it's because of this kid I'm in this fucking movie. Get over here, little bastard.
Yeah, I think Jim Varney was a heavy smoker and a drinker. Yeah. You know, if I
he did a mistaken. Lot of. They said he used to smoke weed like cigarettes. So
can we wrap this up? I got to be on an episode of The Simpsons tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to go film Slam Dunk Ernest across the
line. And I'm going to Africa soon.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many shitty movies out there to choose from, and they all have their qualities where you're like, hey, this part's funny, this part's funny. Yeah. This is just like.
That's not going to become the legacy, like who can come up with the most obscure shit for Fred and Matt
sure as hell hope not.
I mean, the Green Lantern was a good suggestion. What Women Want was an excellent suggestion. I enjoyed What Women Want, starring Mel Gibson. 2000.
What Fred wants, Mel Gibson. What Fred more of it,
Mel Gibson.
I mean, Green Lantern's a terrible movie. We watched that. I enjoyed, watching it, reviewing it. What's the one we've done a couple others about? The Face Off. There's another one.
Yeah, we did Face Off. That was a fun one to watch again.
Ang Lee's The Hulk.
That was my suggestion.
You're talking. See, there's a real nice area right there for movies to look at again. Is there's 90 actions movies, like especially like me and Matt talked about it before. It's like the shitty 90s action movies, like a lot of them had Christian Slater in it, like Broken Arrow.
Like one of your favorites, Broken
Arrow and
Heavy Rain.
I mean, you don't get
Hard Rain.
Hard Rain.
Yeah, Hard Rain.
Which I liked Hard Rain. Yeah. With Morgan Freeman, where he's like, "We just want the money," and they're riding around in boats. And
when I was a little kid, I used to make Lego sets of like guys like riding on jet skis and stuff.
It's Hard Rain.
Yeah, dude, they had like long boats and stuff.
But Randy Quaid's in that one.
Yeah, he was the sheriff.
What was that other? There was another Terminal Velocity. That was a horrible action movie.
Well, that's another one. But I mean, even like it doesn't have to be even like there are a ton of shitty action movies, but just shitty movies in general. This was just like. What?
I was hoping to erase this memory. That's why I was bringing up movies like Under Siege 2.
Under Siege 2 is an excellent one. Where
let's take it to a train this time, because I was high when I wrote the script.
Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, which reminds me of a great Steven Seagal story.
Was it really subtitled Dark Territory?
Yes. Dark Territory. Because when they went through the tunnel, they lost all communication with the train.
What the fuck? And they called that Dark Territory. But
the tunnel. The train tunnel.
Steven Seagal was so pumped about the Under Siege 2 Dark Territory script. He actually co-wrote some of it, all right? And they brought in Under Siege was a success. Under Siege is a good movie.
Yeah.
Under Siege was a success.
I like Under Siege.
And there's a story out there where they brought in this one writer. He was going to write the script for Under Siege 2. He had an idea for Under Siege 2 and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Steven Seagal walks in, sits down, and he's supposed to meet with Steven Seagal, and he's got his script, which is supposedly, like, from what I understand, the idea of the movie was actually kind of decent. So he's got his idea for Under Siege 2 with him. Steven Seagal sits down and goes, "I just read the greatest script I have ever read." And the guy who, wrote, has his copy of what he wants Under Siege 2 to be, he's like, oh really? Who wrote it? I did. And it's called Under Siege 2 Dark Territory.
I did.
That's even greater than the one where Keenan Ivory Wayans, one of the Wayans brothers, tells a story about when they filmed Glimmer Man. Steven Seagal shows up on the set. He's like, "I met with the Dalai Lama and I'm very much at peace. And, he told me, like, I'm a deity now and everything else." And he's like, "I'm so much at peace." And then the assistant walks over and goes, "Mr. Seagal, your ex-wife says she's got the children and she's not going to be dropping them off this weekend." He says, "You tell this C word that..." We can't say.
It cuts deep.
Yeah.
It cuts deep with certain people.
So he's like, "I'm at peace. You tell this C word that I want the kids now."
He's a total beast. He's found his nirvana.
Yeah.
So we need to actually decide what our movie is going to be next week because we have a pretty big backlog of requests now.
Yeah. Matt, maybe you can help us out.
I want to do Congo.
I kind of want to do Congo myself.
Fucking Ernie Hudson and Tim Curry was the best part of that whole movie.
And the gorilla with the power glove on.
Yeah. Me, Amy.
Yeah.
Tickle me.
Yeah. Amy.
Tickle me.
Amy said.
She's in the fucking Congo jungle. It's ugly gorilla, ugly. And this gorilla's just been bitch, what the fuck you just say?
And the gorilla at fucking Showbiz Pizza, the animatronic gorilla playing the piano at the Showbiz Pizza looks better than the gorilla they have in the movie. But hey,
don't do the whole review right now.
It's been forever since I've seen it.
But we had Congo was suggested.
Yep.
My wife wanted us to do Sharknado.
Which I guess I would do because Sharknado is supposed to be, so bad. It's good. Battlefield Earth was another suggestion I got.
Oh God, I don't want to watch that again.
That's another one that's so bad it's good.
I didn't think it was good at all.
Like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, people when you make requests, take notes how the movies we're naming here. These are movies we're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't be going into your bin and finding hey, there's this tutorial video made from 1994 on how to hook your VCR up to an RCA television.
Jesus.
Narrated by Matthew Perry because Friends came out the same season and was a hit. Yeah, don't be telling us to watch the Windows 95 installation video with Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry, or Three Ninjas 12.
3 Ninjas 12.
Which went straight to some DVD or something like that, or was
right.
Premiered on premiered on the Ion Network or something like that.
Ion
made
Network.
for Ion Network.
So what do you think? What would you would you do?
It's a 0.0.
Would you do Congo or
I mean, you know what though? Like we talked about, that's one of those '90s movies that
let's do Congo.
Deserves to be watched again.
Congo was one of those ones though that I got kind of upset with because that was coming on the heels of Jurassic Park actually.
Oh yeah, that's why
it was after that, and I'm oh man, it's going to be another one of these great movies.
They took another Michael Crichton book, and
now they're going to do Gorillas this time.
Is there any successful other Michael Crichton? I know they tried Timeline, and that was god awful.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Great Train. Well, I actually kind of like Timeline and Great Train Robbery, starring Sean Connery. They're making that into a movie.
This is a great book. Not really.
I liked it.
It's all right.
Pirate Latitude.
It's like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
I actually kind of liked it, and that was the one that after he passed away, they found on his computer.
Yeah.
He never really finished it.
Yeah, you could really actually tell when somebody else picked it up and finished it.
Yeah. And Spielberg's making that into a movie.
Talking about Pirate Latitudes, I know you can't see what book I was picking up.
But, I mean, yes, when you're requesting a topic, don't request, like we said, the Windows 95 installation. Well,
I know Matt was personally talking about Home Alone 5 or something.
I still want to do that someday. I want to do it someday. Dude, Malcolm McDowell's in that.
All right. Maybe that
Wait, wasn't there the guy that played one of the apes in the original Planet of the Apes?
What?
Malcolm McDowell.
That's Roddy McDowell.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell. That was from Clockwork Orange.
That's Clockwork Orange and
Caligula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that's really bad. He's not forgettable.
Yeah, he dropped down. I mean, Home Alone 5 did make it.
He's still going to get employed by Rob Zombie.
Yeah. I mean, Home Alone 5 did make it into the Criterion Collection, so.
Well,
it's a scary thought, isn't it?
It didn't.
I just felt like this was one of those, this suggestion was just one of those, like I said,
It was really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's like saying,
But you know what? We had to get one bad one out of the way somewhere soon. So
we've done all bad ones except for What Women Want.
God damn it. Well, you know what? We're going to have to throw the Patriot in there someday.
Patriot's an excellent
movie. Not the Patriot. Forever Young. We'll have to throw Forever Young in there someday.
Forever Young's excellent. The whole concept. Mel Gibson freezes himself, comes back, lives in treehouse, tells Elijah Wood to fuck off, tries to bang Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's a terrible movie.
That whole idea.
How about you know what I really want you to review? Because I think it would be outstanding.
Okay, what would you want?
True Lies.
Oh,
That's an excellent movie.
I know, I know when you're real passionate about something and it's something you like.
Yeah.
Like these shitty movies, like they're all going to be the same. Like it was shitty.
Yeah.
And the story, but like something you're passionate about, and you know, kind of like what went into making it and stuff like that. I know that would be a good
there's different
topic.
Yeah, there's different things that make them shitty, and it's fun talking about. This was just like, Three Ninjas. It's like, what do you say? What do you say about it? It's got Hulk Hogan in it. Like Green Lantern was like, Ryan Reynolds was sitting there with like 1/16 of his face covered by a little mask, and they're like, "Oh, who's that?" It's, we can't tell who it is. And it's the Green Lantern. We can't tell. It's not like
who's
Ryan
this guy
Reynolds.
with the same chiseled jaw features of Ryan Reynolds?
And then you've got
standing before me.
You've got a guy with an amazing skullet running around as the villain, stealing the show. Ang Lee's the Hulk. He's fighting mutant dogs. We're talking about
punching dogs in the nuts.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. It's like a guilty pleasure. If it comes on FX, I'll watch it till the end.
I got it over there. I watch it every now and then.
Face Off. For Christ's sakes, it's John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, two of like the worst actors ever, running around. So it's all these movies have their different things that make them bad, and we could talk about them,
What about the movie Next?
Never seen
with
it.
Nick Cage?
I would watch that. I've seen that. Is that the one where he's like...
He's got like telepathy and shit. Like
I've never seen that.
That's got Jessica Biel in it.
Yeah, no, not telepathy. He could see into the future.
Yeah.
What about Bangkok Dangerous?
I've seen that one. I would see that. He did that. What's that movie? The Knowing, where like he.
What if we reviewed his version of The Wicker Man?
I don't want to venture down that road. What about? All right, how about one that's new that you guys haven't seen that has Nick Cage in it? I just watched that.
The White Ghost.
Well, no, I just watched that Joe movie on Netflix, and that was pretty good.
Joe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like a straight to like.
Never
DVD.
heard of it.
What's the other? He did a remake of a Kirk Cameron movie. What's that called?
Don't know.
Where like the rapture happens and everyone disappears.
Oh right, yeah. I don't remember what the hell it's called though.
It's like supposed to be really shitty.
Well, everything he's been doing now is really bad.
Well, he's trying to make as much money as he can.
we're gonna have to do Ghost Rider 2 at some point.
Yeah, he's paid off the IRS.
Yeah.
He was in something with Ron Perlman. They were witch hunters or whatever.
That was actually a good movie.
That was
actually I enjoyed that movie.
Nick Cage and Ron Perlman were like they had this witch in captivity and they had to bring him to like the Catholics.
Wasn't it the devil though? It turned out to be the devil.
Yeah, it was like the devil, but she was like a witch. But then I think it ended up being the devil.
I'm gonna have to look this up. That sounds cool.
They had to take him to like a bunch of. They had to take him to like the Catholic Church or whatever. It was really sweet.
It was during the Crusades. It's called Season of the Witch, I think.
Well, you know what? He's here this week.
Yep.
I've been wanting him on for the longest time, and I finally got him here. He said True Lies. Let's do it.
True Lies?
We'll do True Lies next week.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, that's fine by me. I like doing movies I like.
We gotta watch a good one once in a while.
Yeah, well, we did. We just did last week.
No, we didn't. We did not. That movie fucking scorned me.
What women
hated,
want?
Yeah, oh my god.
Because you found out what women want? Or
no, it was just terrible. I already went over it. The whole
I don't even know why they made that movie because Mel Gibson already knew it before he got the power to know.
That movie was so dumb as how he got his superpowers. I think Stan Lee should have made a cameo in it.
Is there really like a backstory to how he gets superpowers?
Yeah, he made fucking female soup in his bathtub and drops a fucking hairdryer in it.
There is.
What's female soup?
He had like tampons and fucking like Vanity Fair magazines and shit in the bathtub.
Yeah. And he gets electrocuted in the bathtub.
That gives him his special powers.
Well, I don't think I've ever had the pleasure.
And then what? He loses them because he's outside walking around in a thunderstorm, and that takes them away.
Yeah.
It sounds like when Ernest went to jail, and he got that like the electric powers.
There is a greater Mel Gibson movie. It's terrible. It's called The Beaver.
I saw this.
Never heard of this either.
God, that's funny.
Mel Gibson loses his mind and walks around. But this was made after the infamous tapes. Okay. It's directed by Jodie Foster.
God damn it!
All right. It's he walks around with a beaver puppet on his hand and communicates with the beaver puppet to people.
I've got to see this.
That's another one for the future. The Beaver. They made a bunch of trailers on YouTube. Look up Beaver trailer, where they take his rants.
You might not want to look up exactly Beaver trailer.
But
you might
I'm going to hit the I'm feeling lucky button on Google.
Gibson,
you might look up
Beaver trailer. I'm feeling lucky.
But it's
damn it.
It's they took the Mel Gibson rants, okay? And every time he moves the puppet's mouth, it's like, blow me! And stuff like that, like, you know, like yell it.
All right, I'll have to look into this. So, 0 out of 0.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
0 out of 10, sorry. Yeah.
Didn't see it.
Terrible. Yeah. You're very fortunate person.
I actually have 3 extra years of life in my body now because of it.
Like I said, the only reason I'd like to know how Jason knew about this movie. The only reason
I knew about it too. I knew it existed.
Like I said, the only reason I knew about it is because I fell asleep a couple times. They used to play it constantly. That and there was one Hulk Hogan did that went straight to TNT called Devil's Island with Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
And they would play one of those 2 movies after Nitro, like all of 1997, 1998. So, like, I'm home from school during the summer. I fall asleep, watching Nitro, like, at 10:30. I wake up at 2 in the morning, the TV's on, and there's Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Take him out, and I'm instantly like, oh, God, not this. Turn it
off, yeah.
Turn it right off. Turn it to Don West selling fucking baseball cards on, like, the home network.
Well, it's unanimous. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's 0.
So join us next week for True Lies.
Yes,
and in the meantime, if you want to find all of our older episodes, you can find us on iTunes, blueberry.com, grindcast.libsyn.com, streaming on Grinded Word. Whoa, I'm missing something. YouTube channel.
Yes.
The Grinded Word. And you can also catch Fred's reviews of current movies that we review at the miserablemoviemafia.wordpress.com.
Which I'm actually going to be starting to include some past movies, too.
There we go.
From the past.
So that's all the obligatory information. And
yes. One last thing.
One last thing. Go for it.
I will be including, I'm debating it. I might have Cody become a part of this.
Okay.
There may be some reviews coming. A Mountain Monster episode, season 1 through 3.
Well, you're going to have to get yourself a recording device because I'm not going to sit in on those all the time.
No, written reviews.
Okay.
Written reviews.
I was going to say, I'm not going to always sit in on those. So, all right, guys. And I also want to, I forgot to do this in the last episode we recorded, but I also want to put this out there. I'm running a contest this month for a free June edition of Loot Crate. All you need to do is refer people to our Facebook page, have them like and follow us, and leave in a comment to any of these videos, or not videos, any of these episodes that are posted on Facebook, to just comment with the name of the person that referred you, and the person who gets the person who gets the most referrals at the end of the month wins the Loot Crate. So that's what we're doing, and I send it to you 100% for free. I pay for everything.
It's an excellent.
Yeah,
it's
people need to get on it. We're almost a week out and nobody's bit yet, so gotta do it, guys.
Yep.
Get free shit.
It's very easy to do, and it's free shipping.
Free shit.
And Loot Crate is pretty cool, from what I understand.
Yeah, almost half the shit in this room came from Loot Crate over the past couple of months.
So it's definitely worth it.
So, yep, just keep that in mind, guys. And as always, thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.